How you doing? My name's Tom O'Toole. I'm an instructor at the New England Carpenters Training Facility in Millbury, Massachusetts. And we're going to be discussing several ways to cut ceramic tile. We're going to try to make sure we do it in a safe, efficient manner. We're going to be dealing with the wet saw, number one. We're going to make sure that the reservoir is sufficiently filled with water. It has a pump that feeds the saw, that cools the blade. So we're going to try to see if the water is working properly. Okay, we have good water flow. Some things to be careful of with this. We have eye protection and flying debris. So we'll have our PPE, safety glasses, and also the noise level. You're going to make sure that you have your ear protection. Dealing with water and electricity, we're going to make sure that we have a GFI. If you don't have a GFI, you should not be operating the saw. Okay, we want to be safe. Keep not only yourself but other co-workers safe. With the saw, the water cools down the blade, eliminates some of the friction, but more importantly keeps down the silica dust. We want to keep our exposure as limited as we can. Okay, in our OSHA classes, safety is priority one. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate a cut with the wet saw. I'll show you the proper way to cut it, and then I'm going to also show you, because you can hear the difference, on what happens if you put too much pressure and you overwork the saw. So see if you can hear the difference, so that if somebody is working alongside you and they're working with it in a proper fashion, you can notify them, correct them, so that it's safety. Okay? So we're going to put on our safety glasses. We're going to put on our ear protection. When you put on this ear protection, it's important. You twist it small and insert it into your ear. Do not push it hard into your ear, because if there's any debris, you can push it into your eardrum. Okay? So you push it in, twist them, and let it expand. Okay, I'll demonstrate a proper cut. And the saw wasn't working too hard, it wasn't overworked, you get a nice finished product. Now see if you can listen for the difference. You're pushing it too hard, not letting the saw do the work. It's not always about the speed. We want to be safe. Can I get anybody who would like to demonstrate? Very good. If you notice, we also put up some plastic. It eliminates the amount of splash, so that the floor is not getting soaked. People aren't slipping hazard. So we're going to move on to the hand grinder. Another method. Okay, it's not always practical to use a wet saw. You have some intricate cuts that you're going to have to use the hand saw. You got to make sure that you have protection. Okay, you have the guard on there. A lot of people, because they can't really see their cut, they'll remove this guard. And we don't want to do that, because then we're sacrificing safety. Again, safety first. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now with this, you're not going to have water. Okay? So you're more prone to get what?
Dust.
Dust. Exposure to
Silica.
harmful silica. So with that, would we use a nuisance mask?
No.
Because in OSHA we realize that this protects us what from silica? None. So this is no good. If this is what your company is applying with, get rid of it. It's ineffective. You're going to make sure that you have proper PPE, with the proper cartridges, and that this has been fit tested. Okay? If not, you're not working with it. If you do not have PPE, you can take a sponge, and as you're working with the hand grinder, you can hold the grinder and hold the sponge against the blade. Keeps the blade cool, longer the blade lasts, and limits the amount of dust that gets kicked up. Okay? The third is our hand cutter. Hand cutter, again, you don't always need to have the wet saw. With the hand cutter, this basically, it scores the tile, and then you push down and you snap the tile. So you take it back if you want to move in, get a little closer look. You get your cut, you push down, and there's a blade in the front of it. And this will basically scratch the tile. If you do one pass and you don't think it's sufficient, you come back and do another pass, keeping it in place. You can hear it, then you come back and press down. And you have your cuts. Okay? So, between the three, and again, I'm not going to demonstrate with the grinder because not all of us have our proper PPE on, but we're going to make sure that it's always in the back of our mind when you're using this tool. So, to go over it once again before we start our project, you have a choice of the wet saw, the hand grinder, or the hand cutter. I'm going to make sure that at all times we have what?
A GFI,
We have
proper PPE,
PPE. We wear our
safety
safety
glasses.
glasses and ear protection. Okay? I think, anybody have any questions? Okay, with that, I think we're ready to start our hands-on project.
Yes.